So I want to start by asking you guys a couple of questions. How many of you believe abortion is wrong? Raise your hand. How many of you who believe abortion is wrong, how many of you feel comfortable talking about abortion when someone says they disagree with you? Okay, a lot fewer hands. That's what we expect. And that is why Leanna and I are here to talk to you today about abortion.
But I have a few things that I really want to make sure that are delivered to you today, that when you leave here and you go home and you go back to your schools and you go back to your communities, things that I hope that will impart on you today. You know, I often think about the pro-life movement. I often think about us kind of like in that real life tortoise and the hare fable. Do you guys remember that from like elementary school, that fable, the tortoise and the hare? So in the fable, right, a tortoise gets tired of this arrogant hare always bragging about how fast he is. So the tortoise says, I'm gonna challenge you to a race. Let's do it. And the hare's like, come on, bring it. So the hare takes off for the destination, and the tortoise takes off for the destination, and the hare is still making fun of that tortoise. So the hare stops in the middle of the way to the destination, and what's he do? He takes a nap, right? And he falls asleep, and the tortoise keeps moving as fast as he can. And when the hare wakes up, what's he find? That the tortoise is ahead of him, that the tortoise is gonna win the race. So he starts fully sprinting, fully racing to catch up with the tortoise, but it's too late. The tortoise wins the race. The hare, who had all the skills, who everybody in Vegas would have bet on, blows the race. This is how I kind of see our fight in the pro-life movement today. And the polls are in our favor. Only 17% of my generation agrees with the Democratic National Committee's platform of abortion. The DNC platform in our country was changed in 2016 to mean abortion whenever, wherever, and taxpayer funded in all 9 months of pregnancy. The vast majority of our countrymen reject abortion that's taxpayer funded. They reject abortion for basis of gender. Majority of our country wants conscience rights for our medical workers. That's huge. And the narrative of our movement, how the media portrays us, how they depict us, that started to change too. It's young, it's hip, it's joyful. We know why we have to be on the college and high school campuses, because this is where culture is formed. Culture is formed with young people. We have to be there. We know this is where the abortion industry targets, right? For the predatory abortion business, they target our high school and our college students. This is why we have to be there. This is why Students for Life is absolutely critical to our future and to our mission of abolishing abortion in our lifetime. Men and women, we've got this. Planned Parenthood and the abortion industry, they are on the ropes. They know what's happened. The hare has woken up. They read our polls. They see our Instagram posts. They know they're behind. And now they're doing more than they've ever done before to catch up, to make sure they don't lose this race. But the good news is, I know we have the victory in the end. So tonight and tomorrow, men and women, I want you to be the proud pro-life tortoise that I know you are, and get in this race and be who you are called to be.
Now this brings us to my favorite part of the evening, right? Because I've given you a challenge of what you need to do to envision a nation without abortion. But now we get to take this, we get to take the convictions of our head and our heart, and we get to move them to our hands and to our feet. And I just want to make a little plea to you. Don't put the maker of the universe, the creator of our world, in a box. Tonight when we pray, I want you to ask him what you should give. what you should sacrifice for this movement. And I realize I'm asking you to make a sacrifice, because that's what we need. If this tortoise of a movement's going to go over that finish line, we need your sacrifice.